Hello and welcome to Martin Lucas Investors channel. My name is Sensei and we've got a very special show for you today. We've got the whole space industry, the whole aerospace industry, eVTOLs, space, everything's up in a massive way. They're recovering very, very well. We've got things up 15%, 20% over the last few days, 25%, 10%. We're looking at SPCE, Rocket Lab, SIDU, EVTL. Vertical Aerospace, we've got ACHR, ACHR, we've got LUNR. We're going to cover them all. We're going to do a chart analysis for every single one. So let's get straight into it. First of all, we've got SPCE up at $3.55, up 14.35%. What a day it is for SPCE. We were only covering it a few weeks ago, where we said a possible bottom is occurring. At a wedge at the bottom. We broke out the wedge, and ever since we've been heading up. So congratulations to all Virgin Galactic investors. Get ready for the earnings. If you're watching this, the earnings call might be today. If you're watching this live, then it's tomorrow. So we will be covering that Virgin Galactic earnings. Investors are pricing in some good news this time round. We're not too far away from profitability, Delta fleet, all those sorts of stuff. So we're going to hear a lot in the earnings. It's going to be probably one of the most important earnings calls from SPC we've ever seen. So do tune in for that. Before we get any further into the charts, what I want to say is that nothing I'm saying is financial advice. Please do not buy, please do not sell based on anything I'm saying. This is just my thoughts and opinions only. I'm sharing with you what I'm seeing in the charts. I'm definitely not telling you to buy or sell. If you make that decision, it has nothing to do with me. You've done that by yourself. So SBC sat at $3.55, up 14.5% so far today. It's on a massive rally. Remember, the trend is your friend, and for the longest time, SPC's trend has been to downside. There's been plenty of times where we've traded it 200%, 100%, 50%. What we're looking for now is it's either SPC's going bankrupt or a bottom is going to be found, and that's what we were looking for. And this is where that bottom structure we were looking at, where it was oversold, capitulating, trying to find a base, and it finally broke out. Entry points all the way from $2.33 to $2.60, breaking back above this most important level of support, or more recently $3. Now $3 is the base. Even if the earnings call doesn't go as expected, I'm sure $3 should hold. So we've got that level at $3. We're currently at $3.55. My longer term target is towards $5 and $10. My long term target, if Delta Fleet's back and everything's, the company's back where it should be, and it's actually in profitability, and all the promises are kept, is $100 SBC. That is still on the cards. I'm not going to start saying it from today, but that is on the cards. That's my long term target. Risk to reward, I think, is great for something like that to occur. However, right now we need to remember that SPC does sell off a lot, so we want to manage our risk. And for me, that's $3 is the line in the sand. If we fall back below $3 and start getting concerned again, but right now it does look like we've got higher highs, higher lows. At least more recently, you can just see not a perfect trend line, but you can see higher lows and higher highs. More people are holding it. No one wants to sell. More people want to be invested in SPCE. We will move on to the rest of the market, rest of the space market in a second. But space is very important. This is one of the ones where it has a lot of upside potential. Just taking a Fibonacci from previous highs only back in November of 2024, we are at our first target. That is key. That's why we're seeing a little bit of resistance at $3.50. So some traders who got in at the bottom are looking at this specific level as their first take profit. So I do expect to see some resistance here. That's the area we've hit today. A little bit of resistance for traders. Again, they'll be looking at taking profits at $4.46. Then we've got $5.13. We can get rid of that. That is no longer needed. We've also got resistance at the 618, $5.56, and the 786, $6.88. That is for the short-term traders. That's the ones that bought at the bottoms, at the bottom, and they don't want to take on much risk. Those are the areas they'll start laddering out. One of the levels has already been hit. So traders would be looking at each of these specific levels, and they might be taking profits. However, if the bulls, if the institutions, if the long-term investors keep buying it up, then what you can expect to see is each one of those levels accelerate the moves to the upside, because the shorters will even be coming at those levels. So you can start seeing this escalating to the upside, and it can start moving very, very quickly. Once you've got levels being taken out one by one by one, shorters getting liquidated, and having to cover their positions, you can see a $10 SPCE within weeks. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but be prepared for massive volatility to the upside if each of those levels gets um, broken resistance levels. We're at the first one now. I do expect it to break $4.50, $5, around $6, $6.80, and then all the way up to $10 is my target. So that's what I'll be aiming for. Yes, at levels of $4.45, I might take my initial out, or something off the table. A long-term investor won't even be looking at this. They'll be trying to identify the bottom and betting that the company's going to stick around. And if the company's going to stick around, then a $10 target is very easy. Even a $15 target is very, very achievable in this climate. So covering it there, you've got a bottoming out structure. You're back above $3. Things are looking bullish. Tiny bit of resistance where we're at now, but we should be well on our way to $4.50. Let's see where this earnings call takes us. Remember, on the earnings, I'll be on the buy side around $3. I'll be waiting to break $3.50, and I'll be potentially looking to take some profits at $4.46. My long-term bag is going nowhere. Moving on to the next big one, Rocket Lab. We will move on to Vertical Aerospace and ACHR. Vaz is on our channel now, and he's doing some amazing work, fundamental analysis into those. He just did a video, so I'm going to link that at the end of this to go and have a look at some breaking news for ACHR and Vertical Aerospace. RKLB, let's have a look at Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab, remember, I mean, this is one of our best trades from last year. Why? Because we identified the bottom. The reason I show this a few times is so you can identify these structures. IPOs, and then you get all the volatility for the year. You normally go up, then down, then you have a shoot up, and then shoot all the way back down. That's what's happened that's what's happened previously for Rocket Lab. And then we were trying to find our base. A lot of these space stocks try and find a base, and then they break out from them when the institutions and the long-term investors start buying it. Rocket Lab had that beautiful base around $3. And not only that, what confirmed that trade with this downward sloping resistance line that broke out towards the upside. So the entries were all the way from $3.50 to $4.38. And just like we're seeing with SPCE, this is where Rocket Lab was back then. Yes, the bottoming out structure was a bit nicer, a bit more long term. But what had to happen was specific levels get broken, and then you see the volatility come into towards the upside. The first level was $5.77. Then it popped up to the next level, came back, used it as support, popped up to the next level of resistance, broke that, had a little bit of a sell-off, but kept taking out these levels of resistance one by one by one by one, until where we are today, $24. So we're back above the most recent level of resistance, that being the previous all-time highs back in 2021. So Rocket Lab, again, has very nice upside. It bounced at the previous level of support at $15. It's back above the resistance, holding it as support, a very bullish weekly candle, and I can see Rocket Lab easily going up another 22%. If you are still with us in this video, please do hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're going to bring you all the fundamental analysis, all the technicals. We're here to stay. We've now got Vaz as our eVTOL experts and branching out into the aerospace. So I'm going to link you to his fundamental analysis at the end of this video. What he's just covered, and I'm going to cover the charts for it now, is EVTL. We're talking vertical aerospace. Some breaking news on that. I won't ruin it. I've just seen Vaz's video, but if you haven't, it's very important for you to watch it. So I'm going to link it. It'll be right above my head right now, if you're watching this as a video, and I'll also put it in the comment section below. That's for Vertical Aerospace and ACHR, and it's breaking news, and you have to watch it now because it comes something interesting is happening tomorrow, let's put it that way, and there's also some good fundamental analysis as well. Vertical Aerospace, I'm looking at it now, and we've got a specific level of resistance on my chart at $6.17, which I think coincides with something that Vad said in this video. Um, and I won't ruin it too much, but it's also occurring at $6. So I've got resistance at $6. There's nothing until then, so we've got another potential 16% move to the upside, and then we've actually got another. If you've got resistance around $7, $7.50, so you've got an area of resistance between $6 and $7.50. However, after that is $10. There's not much after $6 to get you to $10. So between $6 and $10, I don't see much price action apart from a big move towards the upside towards $10. So next level of resistance, we're going to keep it nice and simple for you guys. $6.17 resistance. Once you break $6.17, I'll be targeting $10. But again, something with this specific stock, we identified bullish divergence on this stock, a lower low on price action, a higher high on the RSI. That gave us the entry around $3, $3.50. The confirmation around there was so important, and that could be a bottom for EVTL. Moving on to ACHR, Aviation, ARCH. Again, the video I'm going to link for you, I'm going to put it again right above my head. There it is, and also in the comment section. So please do watch that. ACHR Aviation. I don't think I've done. Why wouldn't I not? I feel like I haven't done chart analysis, or my chart has disappeared. Oh no, I've done the wrong one. ACHR. ACHR. Sorry about that. ACHR Aviation. Here we go. ACHR Aviation is trying to break through its last level of main resistance around $11. So yes, it is a take profits level from our previous trades. However, if you do manage to break through $11, you can have some volatility towards the upside. What I've seen happen a lot of times when you break through these levels, especially when you can see it's such strong resistance previously, $11, is a fake out. So you would see, and again, this links to Vaz's video, you see some good news come out, some retail investors FOMO in, and because it's already up 30%, it's going to attract a lot of retail investors, which are going to get hurt. Remember, the market always hurts the longs and hurts the shorts. Everyone gets punished by the market. And a way of punishing the market is when good news comes out, and there is going to be some retail coming into the market tomorrow. Again, I'll link you to Vaz's video for that. You get a spike towards the upside, and then it's a fake out, and then it comes back down. So always be prepared for a fake out. We are breaking out, so that is good, but we would like to see confirmation of that. If this breakout holds until the end of the week, then yes, we can call it a breakout. But until then, it could very much be a fake out where you get a spike in price, and then you come straight back down again. And I'm not trying to take away from ACHR right now, because if it does hold, then it is a breakout, and then you can start targeting all-time highs around $18, for example, or $16. So ACHR Aviation, I wouldn't be buying it now, that's for sure. All the buy zones are out of time now. But when retail starts coming in, they start FOMOing, good news starts coming in, then you suddenly see price action to the upside. So even though I'm not buying it now, I'm not saying you're not going to have a spike to the upside. I'm just saying it's not the best risk to reward right now. Again, that's not financial advice. That's just my thoughts and opinions. But it's very interesting how that coincides with what Vaz is saying about the fundamentals, and why we might be able to get a spike in price, a further move to the upside on ACHR Aviation. We've actually got Vaz on in the green room. So let me bring him in. Maybe he can tell us a bit about his video. Let's get Vaz on the show. I haven't put him in guest spot number 1. Let me do that. Vaz, you are live on the show. How are you doing, mate?
Hey, Sensei. Good. I tell you what, it's quite difficult to do an opener for you.
Why? Oh, we love it. Great video, by the way. We loved it. So
Thank
much
you.
good news. So much news that you covered in that short amount of time. So I'm going to link everyone to that at the end of the video. Give us a flavor of what that is for anyone who hasn't watched it.
Well, we will see. A big. I don't want to say PR, but it is PR. It's a massive PR stunt. That's the biggest PR stunt ACHR have done so far.
Right.
And there will be a lot of people having eyes on ACHR tomorrow night. So definitely get back to the previous video, and have a look, because there will be, as you said, there will be a lot of retail investors looking at ACHR and potentially buying.
Yeah, so what do you think about
potentially.
Archer's price going through the last sort of level of resistance? Again, as I said, it could be a fake out, but right now we are near the highs of its day, up around $11.80 right now. What do you think of the price action? Is it as expected?
Fundamentally, it's absolute nonsense because on the earnings call, if you watch you watch the earnings call with us, they didn't deliver anything new. They just rewashed and reiterated what they announced before the earnings call, and they didn't say anything significant. The only surprise was they are starting piloted flights this or next week, if they don't have any delay. But that's it. There's no more. They just mentioned AI. They mentioned Palantir, Anduril. But you know what's
Ne-
funny?
yeah.
Archer always mention Anduril and Palantir, but Palantir never mentions Archer. Anduril never mentions
You
Archer.
can see who they're
So
trying to they're trying to boost their stock price.
yeah,
They're trying to get the retail investor involved, and especially with that PR stunt
yeah,
that I'm going to link everyone
yeah.
to that you announced this morning, just before the stream. It sounds like they're trying to pump it up to get. Are they looking to dilute at all? Is there any reason you think they're trying to
Yeah,
pump it up?
yeah, they have something filed. There are some shelved offerings. We know their partners like United Airlines, the Stellantis. Most of it is conditioned by certain milestones, but there are still some filings which are open. So yeah, it can happen. And Sensei, you being an investor into Archer, like a big company, like a big institution, would you be would you be exercising your warrants at $6 or $7? No, you would be waiting for 11, 12 and higher, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that gives us a little bit of an insight of that. That PR news is very big news. I don't know if everyone already knows about it. I'm sure you don't. So do check out that video. What I'm going to do now is go back to the charts and continue going through some of these. What do you think about the whole space sector going up? Is it to me, it's a few different individual news. There's SPCE. We've got earnings coming up. It was oversold. Obviously, Archer. We've got the earnings that's just gone. Retail FOMOing in. Do you think it's a collective sort of thing going on right now? The space industry going up. Obviously, the whole market's going up. Do you think it was oversold? Do you think it's news based? Do you think it's not correlated at all? What the whole space sector, the whole aviation sector is going up today. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's just a general sentiment on the global market. You know as well as I do and Martin does, that space sorry, not SpaceX, Ved, Virgin Galactic, they have been battered, and they are doing the very opposite of what Archer does. Because Archer, they are overcommitting, they are overselling themselves in the public sector, in the PR, and they are sort of trying to deliver. But Virgin Galactic, they are not selling anything. They are just sitting there and waiting.
Yeah,
So
they need to
yeah,
mix those two together and get the
yeah.
perfect formula, which might be, would you say the perfect formula could be Vertical Aerospace, what they're doing, the way that they're not. To me, it doesn't sound like they're underselling it or overselling it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the hybrid power unit. That's something they have been working on for 18 months. So that's not like the actual level commitment or announcement that we will start working or we will be developing. They have already been working on it a year and a half. But if you don't mind, if we have a bit of time, would you mind bringing up Joby Aviation?
Let's do it.
Because they are doing complete opposite of what Archer does. They are quiet. They are
You want
sitting
the web
quiet.
page or the stock?
No, just the chart.
Oh, here we go.
Uh,
This is on the weekly.
yeah, they are sat quiet. They never announce that we are targeting this. We are going to do this. We are going to announce. They just do the work and then they talk about it. And they actually don't do any massive PR. They just quietly talk about it. And they are, that story about a hare and a
Yeah.
tortoise. I think Archer is just great example of the hare, and Joby, they are just doing the steady, slow work, step by step, and one day they will just the Joby will one day will explode.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Jovi's chart right now, and getting back above $7 is quite key for Joby, and it's done that. So to me, Archer, as I just said, basically near all-time highs. It's got its level of resistance. I wouldn't. There is no trade for me to be buying into Archer. The only
Yeah.
trade for me is profit taking or selling out. When I'm looking at Joby Aviation here, yes, we did buy at $4.61. You must have requested this because we've got this chart from back then. And again, that upwards trending trend line around $5.24 and breaking down from that downwards trend around $5.66. Yes, one of the targets was $7. That was a very short-term target. That's more something to keep an eye out for, because now we're breaking $7. There is actually still an argument to buy in at Joby at these levels. Again, it's not financial advice, but I'm looking at the chart, and when you look above $7, the previous price action is $10. You went straight down to $7. As soon as you broke above $7 last time round in 2023, you had a one weekly candle that took you straight to $10. I mean, that candle itself was about a 63% candle to the upside. You failed to break at these two times back in November of 2023. You failed to break it in July of 2024. And then when you broke it in November of 2024, you basically went straight up. You went up to $9.38, not quite to $10, but a few weeks later, you did make it up to $10. So the evidence is, anytime you're between $7 and $10, you either go straight down from $10 to $7, or you go straight up from $7 to $10. So that's giving me an argument that Joby is the better buy. But just looking at the charts and not financial advice, between Archer and Joby, I wouldn't be buying Archer, but I would certainly be looking at opening up still at the, even though Joby's gone up, I would still be looking at potential more potential upside on Joby. So I'm glad you pointed that out, because Joby's chart's looking good. But also remember, Archer Aviation, if the retail get involved, if the sentiment's there, it can go up another 20, 30, 40%. I mean, it's just the risk to reward at this point. There is no, you've missed it really. Even though it can go up another
Yeah.
40%, there is no evidence to support that right now. The only evidence is if retail suddenly gets involved and everyone starts buying up, and then the FOMO comes in, and then the shorts get liquidated, all that sort of thing. So that's just gambling at that point. If you're buying Archer, there is no real reason. It looks like fundamentally and technically, there's no real reason to buy Archer. However, looking at Joby, technically it's looking good, and fundamentally they're working behind the scenes. So I know which one I would choose. Okay, so we've done Joby as well. Anything else you want to add, Vaz?
Yeah. I just want to say that I have been selling Archer. I've been taking profits, and I sold about almost 90% of my position.
Wow.
By today, I'm holding only 50 shares of Archer, because I'm just waiting for the pullback.
Yeah,
Because
I
if you
sold.
look at the go
I
on.
sold as well yesterday. What did I say? I
Yeah.
was up 65% or something. I sold, and I know it can go higher.
Yeah.
It might punish me, and it might go
Yeah.
up another 50%. But I'm very happy with
Yeah.
what Archer's done so far.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to carry on holding it.
Yeah. I'm actually expecting the whole eVTOL market to cool down in about.
We've got MSK in.
MSK donated £5 through a super chat. Guys, I have noticed a few people have mentioned RGC, which has had some crazy growth in the last few months. Can we do an analysis on RGC?
Oh, I was a bit early. Sorry, not the bell yet. Just 10 more seconds. I did that a bit early. Thank you, MSK. RGC, is that an aerospace stock? I don't know what RGC is. Maybe I'm being stupid. RGC. What is RGC? Oh, it's Bioscience Holding. MSK, we will do that in the morning show tomorrow. If you miss it, then I'll give you the link to it. We are about to ring the bell. We're ringing the bell. Where's the S&P? Me and Vaz are ringing the bell together. S&P, we're going to send you over to, I'm not going to tell you where, but it's very, very important. We've got another stream lined up for you in just a minute's time. S&P 500 closed up 0.1%. I think that's all, Vaz. Anything else you want to say before we end it?
Yeah, just don't jump on the bandwagon. If you missed it, you missed it. There will be plenty of opportunities for the eVTOL and aerospace to entry. There will be more cool downs or cool offs. There will be periods where the sentiment is going to retract. Don't try to chase it now. We will be obviously keeping you up to date, especially with eVTOLs, but with the whole aerospace in general. If we see some good opportunities, we'll obviously keep you updated and posted, like we did today, in example.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you very much, Vaz. I'll make sure we send. I'll put a link below for everyone to go check out that video you just did. But thanks for being on the show. I'll close up the show and we'll do something
Thanks for
special
having me.
straight after. Thank you. Okay, so did I miss anything? Was it LUNR as well? We just want to have a look at LLN, LUNR Intuitive Machines as well. Heading back up, support was at $6.50. And then let me just mute that. You've got LUNR at $11.54. Remember, the support was at $6.45. The target on LUNR would be the 786, are probably around $21. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm just waiting for a reply to a message I've sent to someone. Let me see. I don't know. It should be fine. Thank you everyone for tuning in. What I'm going to do now. Why is that not gone? Oh, something's going wrong with the comments. Let me do that. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. Absolutely don't go anywhere, because we've got a very, very important stream straight after this in about 1 minute's time. Let me give you the link for it and make sure we are going to send you to it as well. We've got the closing bell stream that we're going to send you straight to. Yes, the bell's already gone, but there's a lot more we can talk about. So I'm going to give you the link. Is this going to work? Yeah. Oh, what have I done? Here's the link. This is where you need to go now. Please go straight here. You can go now. You don't need to stay here. And I'll also make sure I'm going to send you here as soon as this ends. I'll see everyone in that stream. We're going to be there in 1 minute's time. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Vaz, do you want to end it?
And each other.
Love it.